So let's talk about this. So let's talk about this property here. Viscosity. Okay, viscosity. So this is basically a liquid's resistance to flow. Okay, so this is where we have our flows. Okay, viscosity. Ooh, y'all see me messing up that word? All right, anywho, viscosity. What a word. Okay, what liquid's resistance to flow. Now, 2 points I want to focus on with this type of property here. A, large intermolecular forces would cause high viscosity. Okay. B, and I'm just going to get rid of these so we could just dive into this chart. I love charts, so you could get a lot of information just by looking at a chart. B, the large complex molecules can become physically entangled. Okay. So I got two examples I'm focusing on here. Glycerol and grease. Okay. We got our compound. This is how it looks. And then grease is just a long carbon chain, basically. So let's look at this chart. This chart's really going to break everything down. So in this case, hydrogen is a strong intermolecular force, right, with that hydrogen bonding. But if you start comparing this to like bigger molecules, okay, we're going to see that it's going to be a higher viscosity, okay. So once again, this is the resistance to flow. So all this is basically is flowing fast or slow, okay, and we've seen this with different types of liquids. So if I compare water to like motor oil, I'm just going to focus on these two here. Water to motor oil. Okay. We're going to see that very, very low viscosity when you're comparing it to motor oil at 0.89. Okay, 0.89. But if you look at motor oil, okay, this motor oil is a complex molecule. Okay. Very similar to grease. Okay, the longer it is, the more complex it can be. Therefore, it can kind of get entangled. Okay, this type of molecule. And because of this entanglement, all right, shout out to Jada and Will, basically, right, it's going to cause it to move at a slower rate. Okay, so it has a very high viscosity. Okay, very high, around 50 to 500. You compare that to this simple water molecule, which is around 0.89. And we see this even as we look through this table, right? Honey, very complex molecule, and because it's very complex, possibly get a tangle depending on how it interacts, right? Super high, 2,000 to 10,000 here. And if you compare that to like octane is a complex molecule, but if you're comparing it to like motor oil, honey, it's not even touching it, okay, in that case. But octane, you would think, right, in this case, octane, wouldn't it have higher than water, right? But not the case. Intermolecular forces. So we have to think about compounds intermolecular forces, guys, because it's very impactful. This is like that layer I'm talking about, right? With the way that these things are interacting with each other. It's making us look at solids, liquids, and gases completely different because now we understand, right, that these forces are impacting these type of states of matter. Okay. And then and then some of you guys might be looking in the video, probably got questions about like mercury. Mercury is different. For a lot of different reasons, okay, with the type of bonding. In this case, mercury has metallic bonding, which we're going to go over in a bit. But that's the reason why, like water and mercury, well, why is water lower than mercury? Well, mercury has a different type of bond, has metallic bonding, and those are a little bit stronger. Those are stronger than hydrogen bonding, okay? And so the metallic bonding is just bonds between metals. But we're going to talk about that in a little bit, guys. So make sure you stay tuned. And this is properties of liquids. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions regarding liquids. I'll be sure to try to answer them as much as I can. And then let me know as well if there's something that you particularly want to see about liquids, if I missed anything here. Okay, if you haven't done so already, just let me tell you make sure to give me a thumbs up if you can do that. Give me a thumbs up if you are getting any type of information from this, or if you're just being entertained. I don't really care. But just give me a thumbs up. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Okay.